Hey everybody, it's the coach. Welcome to the special Saturday edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We are moments away from what should be an excellent matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the Los Angeles Rams. I'll see you again with scores and updates at halftime, but for now, it's my distinct pleasure to hand things over to our broadcast team. It's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. Gentlemen.
Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. The City of Angels showing it can be loud and raucous. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad emerged from the tunnel. They're ready for football and ready to watch their Rams do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Godden. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
On the return, it's Pharaoh Cooper. He'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They're led onto the field by the former Cal Bear and the #1 overall pick in 2016, Jared Goff.
There's a toughness about Jared Goff that maybe he doesn't get enough credit for. His freshman year at Cal, team went 1-11. His rookie year with the Rams, he was 0-7 as a starter, undaunted in either case, and has come back each and every time to flash the ability that made him the #1 overall pick in the draft when he came out of Cal.
Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Ben Gideon in on the stop. And the Buffet boys, the O-line. Hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Here's Goff now on second down. And Cooks has it over the middle. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. And the big meat on the D-line. We'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, Goff. And that is incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Marcus Sherrill's back deep for Minnesota. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. And Ndamukong Suh makes the tackle.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Michael Brocker's in on the stop.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. On 3rd down, Cousins. And this is going to be incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Here's Ryan Quigley now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Take it at the 37. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field.
They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
On first down, it's Gurley. And down to the 36-yard line here. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On now is the big leg of Greg Zuerlein. He has hit from as far as 61 away in his career. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
And out now come the Vikings. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10. They begin the drive with a run by Murray. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Cousins now from the 50. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's going to be met at about the 43. He needed 2. He got 1. And that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Pushing through tacklers at the 30. That's caught by Treadwell. And he's going to get this inside the 30. So some early intrigue here as we've reached the end of the 1st quarter. 0-0 our score. We're back to Southern California right after this. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. 2nd quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football, and they've got it here with a 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 more there and another 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
First red zone chance now for the Vikings. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, Cousins. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 7 yards there on the 1st down screen play. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Handoff comes to Cook. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
They'll run with Cook. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
On second and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone. He'll get it up the middle. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Not only was that a terrific play, but that loss of yardage they created this close to their own goal line, that gives them a little breathing room now as they move them back.
And they're breathing fire a little bit right now, aren't they?
A lot of confidence being shown by them at this point of the game.
They need to reverse the trend. The last two plays have gone backwards. Now it's third and goal. From the gun, here's Cousins. And Rudolph has got it. The big tight end for a Viking touchdown. Kyle Rudolph from 6 yards away. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Kai Forbath on for the extra point. Forbath able to convert the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. A 10-play drive that time, and it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. Forbath out to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And the Rams getting set to go now. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Yeah, get a little closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 26. They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was out there waving his arms saying throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Throwing on third, Goff. And got him in, it's Woods. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Goff to Woods as the Rams move the chains. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report, but business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
On first down, it's gone. He'll throw underneath for Gurley. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. To throw on second down is gone. Now he's forced out left. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll lead here to a third down. From the gun, here's Goff. Dumps it off to Gurley. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
Here's Johnny Hecker now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. Out comes the Rams defense now as they get ready for the next possession. Now, last time out, they gave up the touchdown. Here, though, this defense in prime position.
This gives them a chance to go ahead and take the last possession and throw it away. Not even worry about it anymore. They can be in attack mode now. They can be the ones who can change this game and change field position and give their offense a great opportunity.
You mean attack mode by what they call here defensively?
Exactly. Great spot to have the offense pinned back. Don't let them out and maybe pressure advantage.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And 15 yards there on the catch and run.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
First down, here's Cousins. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. A first down throw for Cousins. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Cousins on first down. He'll find Thielen working the middle. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. And Forbath will put this one through, and the lead moves to 10-zip. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
Forbath now to kick it away after the made field goal. Cooper on the return. So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10. The final shot before break here. Goff. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Floating one incomplete. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports halftime report. This game's had a little bit of everything thus far, and certainly plenty to look forward to, as the teams are right back out there for the second half. So we'll get right back out there as well, as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. To return, here comes Marcus Sherrills. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They go play action here on first down. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
A second down throw for Cousins. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he's able to find Diggs. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A big third down conversion with a gain of 28. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. Shifts by him and able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On second down, Cook. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
The Vikings on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Cousins. And Rudolph has it left side. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. So on now is Kai Forbath. If you're wondering, he's hit from as far as 57. This will be from 56 yards out. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
Getting set to go again here, Robert Woods marches back onto the field. He's hoping to take what has been a good game here and make it a great game. It's so far solid, and we're still in the third quarter.
And there's nothing wrong with solid. You want to be that. You want to be reliable. You want to be a guy that puts your team in a position to have a chance to win. And that's what we're seeing from him. And there's also that added element that maybe it can become a little bit more as this game goes on.
He'll try to make it more here on this drive. So the missed 56-yarder, and now the flip side. Good starting field position at the 46 near midfield. Here's Goff. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Daniil Hunter in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. On the draw, Goff gives to Gurley. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. The tackle goes there to Linval Joseph.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The Rams on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. A shotgun snap for Goff. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for L.A. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes Kirk Cousins now to lead his offense back out there. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the 1 touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader, making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this 3rd and 4th quarter. Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect.
Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, the spin. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the 2nd half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
They run again on first down. Cook found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Second down, Cousins. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
The Vikings on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he finds Cook. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. Cousins now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. Lets it fly for Thielen. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Cousins again. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Again, it's Cousins. Left side caught by Diggs. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. A Vikings first down. Diggs able to find his way free and get the catch from Cousins.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Cousins now to throw on first down. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. He'll get it to the 40. Sweet little move in there, but couldn't get much yardage out of it. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. To the air again, it's Cousins. He finds Latavius Murray. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. And Diggs has it. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Again, it's Cook. And he's got this one down to the 10. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And that is incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. And Forbath will put this one through, and that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Forbath now to kick it away after the made field goal. Cooper on the return. Oh, now he bowls him over. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
On first down, it's gone. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there as they move the chains. On 1st and 10, Goff. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free.
Just work with me a second here, because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football, I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, it feels like we're playing old school, right around 50%.
Yeah, he's under 50%. He needs to start hitting more targets. 2nd and 10. Goff again. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. A good pick up there of 20 yards. First down now, but the clock continues to move. On first down, Goff. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a draw as Goff gives to Gurley. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Tackle made by Everson Griffin. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Back to throw, Goff. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Here's Goff. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Out of the gun, Goff. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So that drive in total 8 plays. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. So still a chance with just over 20 seconds to go, but they need to get this one back, no doubt. And the Vikings hands team able to recover, And that should just about do it. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. As they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. They keep it on the ground, but this time it's Murray. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. And the Rams are going to go ahead and take another timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. The Vikings on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 6. A give. This is Cook. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Running for it. Here's Cook. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Los Angeles, so long, everybody.